Hello, in this video I will be showing you how we harvest vermicompost at Tito's garden. What you see here are our worm breeder bins, which we mainly use to increase our worm population, yet at the same time these boxes also produce a good amount of vermicompost. Each box produces around 88 liters volume of vermicompost. We harvest the vermicompost from the bottom box. The boxes are stacked and the top one is only a quarter full to encourage the worms to migrate upward. I simply lift the top box to access the finished compost below. We rotate the boxes in this cycle. Some worms usually remain behind and we remove them by hand. Each box takes around 4 to 6 months to mature, giving us 2 harvests per year. With 12 boxes, that adds up to about 1,000 liters of rich vermicompost. We carry the full 20-liter bucket to our shaded spot under the mango tree to separate the remaining worms from the vermicompost. Since the compost is still moist, we don't use a sieve or filter. Instead, we do it manually. Here you can see a few examples of how we gently remove the worms by hand. Once we are done, we take the vermicompost to our main pile, which I'll show you in a moment. The worms collected in the small bucket will either be returned to their original bins, introduced into new bins, or added to existing bins where the population has decreased. This helps maintain a healthy and balanced worm population across all our systems. Once the worms have been separated, we either carry the full bucket of vermicompost to our main storage pile or apply it directly to our raised beds. Here you can see my colleagues spreading a layer of vermicompost over the bed. We will still occasionally find a few worms in that moment and pick them out. So, before this step, I did loosen the soil to improve aeration, a routine I follow whenever starting a new batch of plants. And later on, we will cover the vermicompost with wood chips. Here you can see how we return the worms to a worm bin. In this example, we are adding them back to the box that was previously on top. This is a healthy mix of red wigglers and Indian blue worms. For those seeing this for the first time, these are not the same as common earthworms. These species are specially adapted for vermicomposting and thrive in decomposing organic matter. Let's take a moment to appreciate how remarkable these little composters truly are. Here you can see how we have covered the vermicompost with a layer of wood chips in these 2 raised beds. We've also planted a few seedlings to get the next crop started. This is what's left from our harvest about 600 liters of vermicompost. If you'd like to order some or start your own worm bin, this is what our Deto's worm bin setup looks like. It's perfect for home gardens and fun for the whole family. Message me if you're interested.